and I like Bank of Ideas is kind of one of the main things I work on. We have some more seats, and there's also the kind of stands, if you want to take a seat or grab a tea and coffee. We might need bus right? Do you want me to go on a mic? Yes. Give me a second, I'm good. Can you hear me okay? Be calm. That's perfect, thank you. So where was I? I'm Lisa, I work in the culture team in Belfast City Council as the engagement officer. And this is really the start of Bank of Ideas for 2026. This is us kicking it off. It's our first info session. We do a lot of these all across the city as well, so if you get a lot of info today and it's maybe a bit overwhelming, if you want to go in and think, you can always come back to us and talk more about your idea, and we're here to help and help you also kind of develop things and answer any questions.
Sorry guys, bear with us.
Like I can hear me, but can you hear me?
Is that better?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. So
kind of some of the key details just to kick off. So the Bank of Ideas is a way for people of Belfast to propose and collectively decide on local creative projects for the city. So anybody can come up with an idea. You can be an individual, you can be a group of friends, neighbours, a school, anybody at all. And your ideas can be anything that is creative. And we have a theme this year about celebrating together, so any idea that brings people together. So it could be about learning new skills, celebrating an area of the city, a way for people to maybe share their passion. It can be absolutely anything. So anyone can come up with an idea, and then anyone can also vote on an idea. So this is really the main difference probably in Bank of Ideas and maybe other funding grants you've seen before. So usually with a grant you fill out an application and that gets scored, and the scores are all put against each other. But with Bank of Ideas, you fill out a form to tell us a bit about your idea, and we check that it meets a certain criteria, which is pretty simple. They're all on the front, there's printed forms for here you can go away. And everyone who passes that simple criteria goes through to the voting day, which happens in City Hall, where the public get to come down, see all the creative ideas which are happening at different stalls, and vote for lots of projects. So everyone could be 8 votes to give out as well. So there will be around 35 minimum projects funded, but it's all about sharing the votes as well. And people can get up to £2,500 to make the ideas happen. So it was £2,000 previously, but we put that up a bit just because with this year we have a very important celebration coming up, which is the flag cool. Come on into we see there's tea and coffee as well. So maybe, can we stick up hands if you've heard of the flag cool so far? Yeah, again, a good mix. But basically the flag cool is the world's biggest celebration of traditional Irish music and culture. And this is something that a city usually hosts over a year, and it's the first time that it's ever come to Belfast. And it's really exciting for the city. It's going to be probably one of the biggest events the city's ever seen. So it's going to be a real buzz, a real lot of kind of excitement around the city, bringing visitors from all over to hear kind of this traditional music and culture. There'll be things like competitions, so you'll have musicians coming from all over to compete in these, and there'll also be lots of celebrations and a creative programme celebrating what we have here and our culture and creativity in Belfast. So with the Bank of Ideas, the ideas that are funded also have the opportunity to be part of those celebrations. And the key dates for your diaries, it's happening Sunday the 2nd of August to Sunday the 9th of August. I have a wee video here I can play just to show you a wee bit about what that will look like.
Celebrate Belfast. Celebrate together. Feel that beat, that cool, that cool. Belfast, a city where music flows naturally parade through the streets and history dances to the rhythm in the air. In 2026, we invite you to be part of something extraordinary. The 75th flag show in the air, right here in Belfast Fair City, for the very first time. Join us as we celebrate the rich tapestry of our culture. A celebration that transcends all borders. And brings together local, national and international communities.
It'd be great for the flag in Belfast, all the streets be buzzing.
I think Belfast will host one of the best flags ever seen.
Faith, Shay, and Rose.
Experience the vibrancy and joy of music and culture. Whether you're a seasoned musician or taking your first steps into the
Sorry, it keeps buffering, but hopefully that gives you a bit of a picture of an idea of what that'll look like. So, really exciting, big, ambitious kind of celebration coming to Belfast at that time. And just to give you a bit of a flavour of kind of ideas that have been supported previously, so we've had everything from recycled paper being made into seed bombs, an accessible disco in the park, illustrated dreamers trails, dinosaurs and shop fronts up the Shankill Road, late night art for East Belfast. And we have up here some collages, so these are were part of our evaluation, and the project created these collages to show the kind of benefits and impacts that came out of their project. So we have lots of different things from people making new connections, increasing confidence, learning new skills, like a real range of things, and I also think they're just beautiful as well, so let's put them up. The voting day itself, just to give you an idea of what that looks like, so we very much like take over City Hall with like a colourful marketplace full of ideas. There's a real buzz about the room with this as well, and it's a really nice chance to bring together all the ideas and all the kind of, I guess, like great imagination and passion that everyone has in the city and what they want to make happen, and people like sort of make connections across projects and learn about what's happening, and they're a part of the city or different parts of the city. And just to explain a bit about the voting system, so everybody who comes along has multiple votes to give out, and I think that's really important because it means it's not a popularity contest. So say for example, I have an idea and I have a really big family, I'm going to invite all of my cousins to come down and vote for me, or maybe you feel there's a big group with lots of support. That's great, and they absolutely can and should encourage people to come down and vote for them, but everyone there will also have like 7 other votes to give out. They can vote for that person, but they have to spread out their votes in as well, or else it doesn't count. So it just means it's more fair and it's a way of sharing the votes as well. Yeah, again, I think we're always really blown away by the creativity and how people show their ideas, and I think it's about changing it from being about how well you write a form to like how passionate you are and how you can show people and get people excited about what you're excited about. For anyone who's an individual or not a constituted group, you will need a sponsor organisation. We can help people find sponsor organisations, so this won't be a barrier. But basically the sponsor organisation, they accept the funding and the terms and conditions that come with that on your behalf, so they can help you with things like insurances, but also even things maybe like helping maybe with the comms of your idea and getting the word out. And basically we have a list of sponsors who are signed up for the micro ideas and happy to be sponsors for people. But you could also think about maybe there's an organisation in your community, in your area, somebody you have a connection with who might be a sponsor for you. And then this is just a wee bit about the timeline. So it went live on the website on Monday. The applications are open until the end of March. And then during that time we'll be doing all of our workshops, so plenty of opportunities to come and talk about your ideas. We then do the criteria check for a few days, and then after that you should hear about whether your ideas come through to the voting day. If anybody say has information missing or things you have questions about, we will get in touch with you, and there's a chance then to bring forward that information, and we try and get as many people through to the voting day as possible, which is going to be on Sunday the 10th of May, so another date for the diaries. And then after that it takes like a couple of weeks to process the results and do up the letters of offer. But it means then the funding should be with all the projects by mid-June, so there's a bit of a run-in time to the FLA if you want your ideas to be part of that, and there's a window there from mid-June to end of September for people to deliver their ideas. And then we all come together at the end in October for a celebration event, and that's where we kind of evaluate everything that's happened and, you know, really celebrate the impact of what everyone's achieved. Like, that's where we made these flags and stuff this year. This is our email address, so it's culture@belfastcity.gov.uk. So if you email us there, if you have any questions or anything, everything's up on the website at the minute, including a link to like register for workshops. But that's kind of a real whistle-stop tour. I know it's a lot of info. It is all also in those forms and guidance kind of booklets we printed as well. And you'll see in that the form is really short. It's just about us getting information, so it's not something you need to spend a lot of time on or anything. So yeah, does anybody have any questions? Or I'm happy to go around now and have a chat with people as well. Or anything at the minute?
So projects can happen on the run-up to the FLA?
Yes.
So they don't all have to happen during that week?
Yes, there's like a window, Sally, so it doesn't all have to happen that week. Or we might get people, say for example, somebody wants to make something and present it during that time, or you know, but it's not all confined to that week. So there is still like a window there too, over the summer. Yeah. Any other questions or?
Do you get help with the form filling?
If you need help with the form filling, yeah, so we can help you at the workshops. And I should also say that we have support from the University of Atypical, who can support any disabled or deaf applicants with filling out the form as well. They have like one-to-one advisors, so we can also link up with that and sort of further support for that.
Is it just the people at the City Hall vote?
So there's the City Hall vote, then we also have like a kind of online backup for the next couple of days. So if anybody can't make it to the event in City Hall for any reasons or any access needs or anything like that, so that's open for a couple of days usually afterwards. Any other questions or happy enough? Well, feel free to stay and chat. I feel like people have arrived and chatting about their ideas, and you can see the sort of energies buzzing.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody wants to have a with a FLA, have a look at what happened last year in Wrexham Town, which was a really good one, and all that, presentation, and it could give you a feel of the kind of ambience and how it is. And you mentioned about trees as well, and that's what really makes it as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's that, I think it's that whole sense of a whole place kind of coming together and showing their creativity. But yeah, Wexford is definitely a really good example. Yeah. Yeah, so feel free to stay around, chat with each other about your ideas. I'll be here as well if people have any questions and want to get a chat. And there's tea and coffee. Yeah. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Whoa.
Can I do a photo with you in the background? And also,